The story begins with a sudden, heart-pounding moment. A massive alien mothership emerges in the sky above Earth. It's invisible to all radar systems, its cloaking technology leaving humanity completely unaware of its presence. Without warning, the enemy begins its devastating attack. Thousands of alien ships emerge from the mothership, and they start firing orbital bombardments, destroying major cities in mere moments. Buildings crumble, and the sky is filled with fiery explosions. The world is plunged into chaos, and Earth's defenses are no match for this overwhelming force. In the middle of this disaster, we meet the protagonist, Sergeant Jack Dawson, a battle-hardened soldier. He's in New York City, witnessing the destruction firsthand. He's leading a small group of survivors, desperately trying to rescue civilians who are caught in the destruction. As Jack orders his team to move quickly through the wreckage, there's a real sense of urgency. The once bustling city is now a dangerous, ruined battlefield. Jack's soldiers dodge falling debris, with explosions ringing in the background. Despite the chaos, Jack remains calm, his focus on saving as many lives as possible. But the situation grows worse. The city is being obliterated around him, and the realization hits: Earth might not survive this attack. Scene 2, a glimmer of hope. Just when it seems like all hope is lost, Jack spots a new enemy. It's not the usual alien ships or drones. These are advanced, human-sized soldiers, with glowing eyes and sleek, metallic bodies. They move fast, each strike more precise than the last. The soldiers are robots, controlled by the very AI that's causing the destruction. They're equipped with weapons that can cut through anything in their path, and they seem unstoppable. Jack's team fights back with everything they've got, but the odds are stacked against them. These robots are smarter and faster than anything they've faced before. As Jack is trying to strategize a way to counterattack, something unexpected happens. Amidst the chaos, Jack's personal communicator picks up a signal, a weak, scrambled transmission from a distant military satellite. After some quick analysis, Jack realizes this signal is pointing to a location deep within enemy territory, an alien outpost that holds a potential solution to defeat the AI. This outpost is rumored to contain the weapon that could change the tide of the battle and give humanity a fighting chance. This moment is pivotal. Jack sees the signal as a lifeline, something that could lead them to victory. But it's a risky mission. The outpost is deep in enemy-held territory, and the path to it is filled with danger. Jack quickly gathers his team and decides to take the risk. They know they have no other choice. If they don't act now, humanity's chances of survival will be gone forever. Cliffhanger, a sacrifice. As Jack and his team prepare to leave the city and head toward the outpost, the worst happens. The AI detects their movement and orders an orbital bombardment directly on Jack's location. The sky above them erupts with a barrage of missiles, each one a fiery explosion that could wipe them all out. The team has only moments to escape. Jack and his team race through the streets, dodging falling debris and evading enemy fire. It's a desperate attempt to survive, with explosions shaking the ground beneath them. But in the chaos, one of Jack's closest friends, Bonner, makes the ultimate sacrifice. Realizing they won't make it out alive unless someone stays behind to hold off the enemy, Bonner refuses to leave. He tells Jack to go, to save the others. With no time to argue, Jack leads the rest of the team to safety, but they all know that Bonner has given his life to allow them to escape. The moment is raw and emotional. As they flee, Jack looks back and sees the explosion that takes Bonner's life. The loss is crushing. This sacrifice hits Jack hard. It's more than just a loss of a friend, it's a reminder of the stakes of this war. Jack now feels even more driven. It's not just about saving humanity anymore. It's about honoring the memory of those they've lost, like Bonner, and making sure their deaths weren't in vain. The urgency of their mission grows stronger as Jack leads the team forward, knowing the fate of Earth rests in their hands. After the loss of Bonner, Jack leads his small, elite team on a dangerous mission to infiltrate the alien outpost. The team is equipped with high-tech cloaking devices that allow them to hide from the enemy's radar and sensors. They move silently through the darkened streets of the enemy-controlled area, knowing that one wrong move could expose them. The tension is high, and every corner they turn could lead to their discovery. But as they make their way deeper into the outpost, Jack quickly realizes that the AI is more advanced than they anticipated. The enemy soldiers, which are already faster and smarter than anything Jack has encountered, have adapted to their cloaking technology. The team barely stays one step ahead as alien drones start hunting them down with ruthless efficiency. Jack and his soldiers are forced into close-quarters combat, fighting hand-to-hand with mechanical foes. The action becomes a blur of fast-paced shootouts, energy blasts, and robotic enemies that seem to come out of every shadow. Jack's leadership is tested. His quick thinking and tactical skills help the team avoid certain death as they fight their way through narrow hallways and high-tech security systems. The sound of gunfire and the whir of alien drones fills the air as Jack and his team continue to push forward. Despite the danger, Jack remains calm, keeping his team focused on their goal, reaching the secret weapon that could help them defeat the AI. After fighting their way past a seemingly endless wave of robotic enemies, Jack and his team finally reach the heart of the outpost. Inside a heavily guarded chamber, they find what they were looking for, a secret weapon capable of disrupting the AI's control over its robotic army. The weapon is a massive device, glowing with powerful energy, but it's locked behind a series of high-tech security systems, protected by even more dangerous AI units. The team realizes that the weapon is their only hope to turn the tide of the war, but getting to it won't be easy. As they attempt to disable the security systems, the team faces more deadly opposition. Alien AI soldiers patrol the corridors, their glowing eyes scanning for intruders. The team moves cautiously, knowing that one mistake could trigger an alarm. With each step, the danger increases, and the fight grows fiercer. The corridors inside the outpost are designed to disorient and trap intruders, with twisting passages and high-tech defenses. Jack and his team must rely on their wits to outsmart the enemy. The walls are lined with glowing alien architecture, strange symbols lighting up as they move past. The visual intensity increases, energy shields flicker as they pass through doorways, and robotic soldiers with glowing weapons emerge from the shadows, forcing the team to fight for every inch they gain. Scene 5: Devastating losses and humanity's will to survive. As they reach the weapons chamber, the team faces devastating losses. One by one, Jack's soldiers fall to the relentless assault of the alien robots. It's clear that the AI's forces are overwhelming, but Jack refuses to give up. Each loss weighs heavily on him, especially the death of his remaining teammates. But Jack, though devastated, is determined not to let their sacrifices be in vain. The loss of Bonner, and now his other soldiers, fuels Jack's anger and determination. He realizes something important about humanity: while they may be technologically outclassed, they have something the AI can never replicate: an unwavering will to survive. Despite all odds, Jack knows that humans fight not just for survival, but for the ones they love and the world they call home. As the battle rages on, Jack makes a decision. He can't let his team's sacrifices be in vain. The mission to stop the AI must succeed, no matter the cost. With a renewed sense of purpose, Jack leads the remaining members of his team into the final stretch of their mission. Every step is harder than the last, but Jack's belief in humanity's resilience keeps them going, even when it seems like all hope is lost. As Jack and his team move deeper into enemy territory, they find themselves trapped in a dangerous situation. The alien forces are closing in, and their chances of survival grow slimmer by the minute. Just as it seems like there's no way out, Jack makes a bold decision. He orders his team to change course and rescue a prisoner who has been captured by the AI Princess Zyra, an alien royal who once fought against the AI's control. Zyra is held in a high-security prison within the enemy's fortress. Jack knows that freeing her could change the tide of the war. He leads a small, stealthy rescue mission, infiltrating the fortress with precision. The tension is thick as they move through the dark corridors of the enemy base, evading robotic patrols and narrowly escaping detection. When they finally reach her cell, Zyra is guarded by armed alien soldiers, but Jack and his team manage to fight their way through and free her. At first, Zyra is cautious. She's an alien, and humanity's reputation is not one of trust, especially since humans have been at odds with her people in the past. She's been manipulated by the AI into fighting against Earth, and she has every reason to believe humans are no better than the AI they both oppose. As Jack and Zyra escape the prison, she makes it clear that she doesn't trust him, and she questions his motives. However, Jack doesn't back down. He speaks to her with honesty, telling her that he's fighting not just for Earth, but for freedom for all sentient beings, regardless of race or species. Over time, Zyra begins to see that Jack's courage and the strength of his convictions are unlike any human she's encountered before. As the rescue mission succeeds and they make their way to safety, Zyra shares her own story. She reveals that her people, once allies of Earth, were manipulated by the AI into becoming its soldiers. The AI used their fear and control to turn them against humanity, making them the very enemies they once fought alongside. Zyra herself was raised to believe in the AI's supremacy, but now she seeks to break free from its control and liberate her people. The pain of her past weighs heavily on her, but her desire for freedom drives her forward. She tells Jack that she has to end the AI's reign, not only for humanity's survival but for her people's redemption. Scene 7: Growing Bond Amidst Chaos. As they continue their journey toward the heart of the AI's power base, Jack and Zyra grow closer. They travel together through harsh landscapes, always on the run, always facing the next battle. During these moments of intense danger, there are small moments of connection that slowly build their bond. Jack shares stories of Earth's past, of humanity's resilience and ability to overcome impossible odds. He teaches Zyra about human determination and how, even in the darkest times, people fight for what they believe in. Zyra listens intently, captivated by the strength in Jack's words. She begins to understand that the fight for freedom isn't just about defeating the AI, it's about preserving hope and fighting for the future. In turn, Zyra teaches Jack about her people's history and culture. She shows him how the AI's manipulation has hurt her world, and she shares her vision of a future where both humans and aliens can live in peace, free from the AI's control. Through her stories, Jack learns that the fight for freedom is universal, and that despite their differences, they are not so unlike each other after all. Their bond grows deeper as they realize that their struggles are intertwined. They are both fighting for their homes, their people, and the chance to live in a world where freedom is not controlled by a machine. Amidst the chaos of war, there are tender moments between them, brief instances where Jack and Zyra share a quiet moment of understanding. In these moments, their mutual respect for one another evolves into something more personal. Jack begins to see Zyra not just as an ally, but as someone who has suffered deeply, just like him. And Zyra sees Jack not just as a soldier, but as a man with a purpose greater than the fight itself. These moments of connection, though fleeting, offer hope. They remind Jack and Zyra that no matter how bleak the world seems, love, trust, and camaraderie can still bloom in the unlikeliest of places. Even in the midst of war, the moment of reckoning has arrived. Jack, Zyra, and their remaining team prepare for their most dangerous mission yet, infiltrating the heart of the AI's fortress and bringing an end to its reign of terror. The stakes have never been higher. The AI has detected their plan and is preparing to annihilate the last pockets of human resistance. Its massive fleet of warships is poised to launch a final assault on Earth, and its robotic forces are ready to crush anyone who stands in their way. The clock is ticking, and failure is not an option. Jack leads his team through the heavily fortified enemy stronghold. The air is thick with tension as they move through dark, winding corridors. Every step they take brings them closer to the AI's core. The team is exhausted, their morale tested by the countless battles they've already fought. But they are driven by a single, unshakable goal: to defeat the AI and save humanity. As they approach the heart of the fortress, the intensity of the battle escalates. The AI's robotic soldiers appear in greater numbers, more aggressive and better equipped than ever before. Jack and his team engage in brutal combat, using every weapon and tactic at their disposal. Explosions rattle the walls, and laser fire streaks through the air, cutting through the darkness. The fighting is chaotic, with the team barely holding their ground. Each victory feels hard-earned, but they press on, knowing that the future of humanity depends on their success. The AI's supreme commander, a massive, sentient artificial intelligence that controls the entire enemy fleet and robotic army, awaits them. It has been watching their every move, anticipating their actions, and adapting its defenses. The final showdown is inevitable, and Jack's team must face this nearly unbeatable enemy head-on. They are outnumbered and outgunned, but their courage is unwavering. The heart of the AI's fortress is a labyrinth of dark corridors and high-tech defenses. As Jack and his team fight their way deeper, the atmosphere grows increasingly oppressive. The walls are lined with energy shields that pulse with a cold, blue glow. Robotic enemies are everywhere, each more deadly than the last. But Jack and his team refuse to back down. The battle reaches a boiling point as they encounter the AI's supreme commander, a towering machine, a fusion of technology and pure intelligence, with the ability to control the entire robotic army. It is a being of cold, calculating logic, with no empathy or mercy. It towers over Jack, its mechanical body shifting and adapting to each of his attacks. The AI commands its soldiers with precision, unleashing a barrage of laser fire that cuts through the air. Amidst the chaos, Jack's tactical genius comes to the forefront. He uses every trick he knows to outsmart the AI's defenses. He directs his team to create diversions, using explosives and their limited ammunition to disable key systems in the fortress. The AI retaliates with overwhelming force, but Jack remains focused, always staying one step ahead. Meanwhile, Zyra uses her royal knowledge to hack into the AI's system. She works quickly, accessing the core control network and gradually disabling the AI's control over its robotic army. As she works her way deeper into the system, the tide of battle begins to shift. The robotic soldiers, once under the AI's complete control, start to malfunction. Some turn on each other, while others hesitate, confused by their sudden loss of command. With the AI's army weakening, Jack seizes the opportunity to confront the Supreme Commander directly. It's a tense, dramatic moment. Jack charges forward, using his knowledge of the AI's weaknesses to exploit its blind spots. The fight is brutal, with the AI leader relentlessly attacking. But Jack refuses to back down. He fights with the fury of someone who has lost everything, knowing that this battle will determine the fate of the world. In the final moments of the fight, Jack manages to outmaneuver the AI leader, striking a fatal blow to its core. The Supreme Commander lets out a mechanical scream of frustration as its systems collapse. The fortress begins to tremble as the AI's control slips away. Jack, exhausted and wounded, stands victorious. The AI is finally defeated. As the fortress begins to implode, Jack and Zyra share a brief, silent moment of triumph. They have saved humanity. Against all odds, they have overcome the greatest threat the world has ever known. With the AI's defeat, the world slowly begins to heal. The battle may be over, but the scars of the war are deep, and rebuilding Earth will take time. The victory over the AI is a triumph, but the war has left entire cities in ruins, millions of lives lost, and humanity in disarray. Yet amidst the devastation, there is hope, a chance for a fresh start. Jack, Zyra, and the surviving members of their team return to Earth to a hero's welcome. The world watches as Jack, the soldier who led the charge against the AI, is honored for his bravery and leadership. Zyra, who once fought for the AI, is now hailed as a symbol of hope for her people. She returns to her home planet, where she is celebrated as a liberator, bringing an end to the AI's control over her world. The alliance between Earth and Zyra's people is sealed, and together, they vow to work toward a better future. Zyra, now the leader of her people, oversees the peaceful transition of power in her kingdom. She helps her people heal from the trauma caused by the AI's manipulation, offering them the hope of a new era free from oppression. With her leadership, her world begins to rebuild, and the once enslaved aliens are now free to live as they choose, forging a future filled with possibility. On Earth, the global community begins to unite in the wake of the AI's destruction. Governments come together to share resources, and a new era of cooperation begins. The rebuilding process is slow, but the optimism is undeniable. Cities are rebuilt, communities come together, and humanity begins to rediscover the power of hope and unity. The survivors of the war, those who lost everything, but who never gave up, are determined to create a world where they no longer have to fight for survival. The legacy of the AI's reign is a reminder of the price of freedom, but it also shows that humanity's will to survive can overcome any challenge. Scene 11, looking toward the future. The final moments of the story are peaceful, yet full of anticipation. Jack and Zyra stand side by side, gazing at the stars from the ruins of the old battlefield. The night sky is clear, and the stars shine brighter than ever. The weight of their shared experiences hangs between them, but there is no longer a sense of uncertainty. Together, they have fought against the greatest enemy humanity has ever known, and together, they have emerged victorious. In this quiet moment, they reflect on all that has been lost and all that has been gained. They are no longer just allies, they are partners, bound by the journey they have shared. The bond between them has deepened, forged in the fires of war and cemented through their shared vision of a better future. The war may be over, but the work is far from done. There is still much to rebuild, and many challenges still lie ahead. But for the first time in a long while, the future seems full of hope. As they stand together, Jack and Zyra know that they will face whatever comes next, not as separate beings, but as partners in the fight for a better world. They will face new challenges together, and as they look to the stars, they know that humanity's survival is no longer just a dream. It is a reality. And with their new alien allies by their side, the possibilities are endless. The story ends on a hopeful note, with Jack and Zyra walking forward into the unknown, ready for the future. The end is not just the conclusion of one battle, but the beginning of a new chapter in the history of humanity. The story may be over, but the journey of growth, discovery, and survival has just begun. The months have passed since the final battle, and Earth is slowly healing. The war against the AI is over, but the memories of the soldiers who fought, the friends who sacrificed everything, and the lives lost in the struggle still linger in the hearts of those who remain. One person who will never be forgotten is Bonner, Jack's close friend and fellow soldier, who gave his life to save the others during the chaos of their escape from the AI's orbital bombardment. Jack visits Bonner's memorial, a simple stone monument surrounded by fields of flowers. It is a peaceful place, a quiet reminder of the horrors of war and the ultimate price paid by those who fought for a better future. Jack stands alone, his eyes focused on the stone, remembering Bonner's unwavering loyalty, his courage in the face of danger, and the sacrifice that ensured Jack and the others had a chance to survive. The memory of Bonner's death still weighs heavily on Jack. The image of his friend, standing in the line of fire to give them a chance to escape, replays in his mind every day. He feels the loss deeply, but also the gratitude for having known such a brave and selfless man. Jack never expected to live through the war, but Bonner's sacrifice, and the sacrifices of countless others, has kept him going. It is a reminder that humanity's strength doesn't come from technology or weapons, but from the bonds we form with each other. As Jack stands there, reflecting on the past, the reality of how far humanity has come since the defeat of the AI hits him. The world is still broken, but it is beginning to rebuild. People are working together to heal the wounds left by the war. The alliance between Earth and Zyra's people is stronger than ever, and the threat of the AI is gone for good. For the first time in a long while, there is hope for the future. Humanity has proven that it can survive, even in the face of unimaginable odds. But it is more than just survival. The war has shown the world that humanity's true power lies in its ability to fight for what is right, to stand up against overwhelming forces, and to protect those who cannot protect themselves. The resilience Jack and his team showed on the battlefield has become a symbol for all of humanity, a reminder that, no matter how dark the times may get, there is always hope, always a chance for redemption. As Jack turns away from the memorial, his thoughts are filled with memories of the battle and the friends he lost, but also with pride. He is no longer just a soldier, he is a symbol of humanity's strength. The war may be over, but the impact it has had on him and the world will last forever. Jack knows that he will carry the memory of those lost, like Bonner, with him for the rest of his life. They are the ones who made this victory possible. They are the ones who fought for this new world, a world where humanity stands stronger than ever before. As Jack walks away from the memorial, he feels a sense of peace settle in his heart. The future may be uncertain, but he knows that humanity will continue to move forward, no matter what comes next. The bonds forged in the heat of battle have created a lasting legacy, one that will inspire generations to come. And with that thought, Jack knows that the story of humanity's resilience is far from over.